Well, good morning and welcome to day 12 of World Less Advent. We've been looking at climate change, just want to move on a bit now and deal with what I think is a very sensitive area. That if we believe in choosing life, does that make us pro-life? Back in 1979, I was a candidate in the general election. It's the one where Mrs. Thatcher came to power. I stood in Colchester and came a very good third. But I remember on the couple of nights before polling day, we had one of those hustings meetings with the local churches. And the inevitable question there was, what is your position on abortion? And I said then, in a speech that covered all the questions that people had asked that night, that I was against abortion because I was a pacifist, and that I didn't see the taking of life in any form. And I know there's lots of debate around whether abortion is taking life, but my sense is that it is. That the taking life in any circumstances is not right. The person who had submitted the question, who was a friend of mine, a high church Anglican priest, came to me afterwards and said, "Thank you for what I said, but he couldn't vote for me because I was a pacifist." And I think the reason that I've not pursued my belief that abortion is wrong is that it would group me with a whole load of people whose views on abortion I might agree with, but their tactics are very aggressive, very judgmental, and whose other beliefs are inconsistent with being pro-life, in that they are quite willing to bomb children, babies, pregnant mothers in other parts of the world, quite willing to support the bombing of these people, or the starving of children and babies and pregnant mothers around the world by our economic system, and yet call themselves pro-life. And so in the next few days I want to try and deal with some of those issues, but I want to deal with them in love. In that I understand why people might disagree with me. I understand why we may have different tactics. But we must continue to love each other. The biggest challenge for me these days is to love President Trump. But I must. So let's, in this context of the greatest of these, faith, hope and love, the greatest of these is love. Thank you.